A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant ruling that underscores the complexities of international relations and domestic gun laws, the U.S. Supreme Court unanimously dismissed a lawsuit filed by the Mexican government against American gun manufacturers, including major names like Smith & Wesson and Glock. The lawsuit, which claimed that these companies were complicit in the illegal trafficking of firearms to drug cartels in Mexico, was thrown out citing protections under the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, a federal law designed to shield gun manufacturers from liability for crimes committed with their products. The Supreme Court's decision comes against the backdrop of escalating gun violence in Mexico, which has been exacerbated by the influx of firearms from the United States. The Mexican government argued that only one legal gun store operates within its borders, issuing fewer than 50 permits annually, while illegal firearms flood in from the U.S. to fuel violent crimes, including drug trafficking, kidnapping, and murder. Justice Elena Kagan, writing for the court, noted that although it is acknowledged that illegal sales occur, Mexico's lawsuit lacked sufficient evidence to prove that the manufacturers had knowingly aided these illegal transactions. The case, which originated from a complaint filed in 2021, highlighted the profound impact of U.S. gun laws on its southern neighbor. Mexico's government, under President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, claimed that the negligence of U.S. gun manufacturers in controlling illegal sales had devastating effects on Mexican society, where homicide rates are among the highest globally. The United Nations estimates that nearly 25 intentional killings occur for every 100,000 people in Mexico, with much of the violence attributed to organized crime and drug cartels. The court's ruling has drawn mixed reactions. Gun industry advocates celebrated the decision as a victory against what they termed an unfair attack on responsible firearm manufacturers. The National Shooting Sports Foundation, an industry trade group, expressed its support for the ruling, emphasizing that the issue revolves around responsible gun ownership rather than the actions of manufacturers. They argue that the criminal misuse of firearms should not reflect on the companies that produce them. Conversely, critics of the ruling expressed concerns over the implications for Mexico's ongoing battle against drug cartels and violence. They argue that the decision allows U.S. gun manufacturers to evade accountability for their role in the pervasive gun violence affecting Mexico. The Mexican government had sought monetary damages and a court order requiring gun companies to take steps to mitigate the public nuisance caused by their products. The Supreme Court's decision not only impacts Mexico but also highlights the broader issues surrounding gun control and accountability in the U.S. The ruling reinforces the legal protections granted to gun manufacturers, making it more challenging for victims of gun violence to seek justice. As the debate over gun laws continues in the United States, the ramifications of this ruling will likely be felt for years to come, especially in the context of U.S.-Mexico relations and the ongoing struggle against drug-related violence. In light of the ruling, the Mexican government may need to reassess its strategy in addressing the root causes of gun violence and seek alternative avenues to combat illegal arms trafficking. The court's decision has sparked discussions about the need for comprehensive gun reform in the U.S. to prevent further violence from spilling across the border. As both nations grapple with the consequences of this ruling, the path forward remains uncertain, but the urgency for action is clear. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.